Your mind lingers on through your heart and soul are gone. You can't call it a life or the times that we've died.
Hello fellow YouTubers, I'm Cassandra Joy and welcome to my channel. This is my first ever attempt at filming a Halloween video. I've only ever done Halloween themed makeup if it was for a costume that I was gonna wear or just for fun. I've never filmed one before, so I'm a little nervous, and the look that I'm going to be doing is a bit ambitious, but I'm really excited to try it. So if all goes well, you will have already seen the intro to this video, which my brother helped me film, i.e. I forced him to assist me. It was not of his own volition, I'm sure. So you already know what I'm going to be doing. Definitely want to go with some white, silver, blue. I've even got some blue hair to add because I don't have any wigs. I have, well, that's a lie. I have one wig, but it's black, and it doesn't really go with what I'm thinking. So this hopefully will be used in one way or another. I think I'm just going to do voiceover. That way everything is sped up, but I will obviously do a voiceover and explain what I'm doing as I do it. It's just for this initial sitting down part, I can just focus on doing my makeup without having to stop, explain, start again, stop, explain, start again. Does that make sense? I'm gesturing a lot. I must be nervous. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing I'm going to do is wipe the canvas clean, essentially. I'm going to be taking Tarte Amazonian Shape Tape, which I just bought. I don't know if this counts as drugstore, but if not, this is the only thing I use that isn't technically drugstore, I think. I tried to keep it on the cheap side so that you guys could recreate this if you wanted for your own Halloween costumes. I'm applying this very liberally all over my face, and I'm using a sponge for this. You don't have to. Anything I'm doing in this makeup tutorial, you can make your own. You can use different products, you can use different tools, whatever works for you is essentially what you should do. You don't have to copy exactly what I do. And I say that because that's what I do when I watch tutorials. If I don't have the same product that somebody else does, I'll find something that I do have that's similar and use that. After applying Tarte Shape Tape, I'm gonna go in with my favorite drugstore foundation, Flower Beauty. It is so pretty on the skin. It's so full coverage, but it's not cakey. It looks like skin when you're done with it, but it covers all those imperfections that you don't want anybody to see. So that's what I'm going to be applying all over my face in order to create a blank canvas. Next, I'm going to be applying a lighter shade of the Tarte Shape Tape. This is going to go on my eyelids to basically erase my makeup from earlier that day. I could have just taken a makeup wipe and wiped it all off, but that's too much work. This is the lazy way out, and it worked just fine. In order to set our base and make sure that our foundation and concealer isn't going to go anywhere, I'm going to be using Revolution's Luxury Baking Powder in the color Ghost. I'm taking my flat wish brush that I totally forgot I did a cross-eye face. Made myself laugh. I'm going to be taking that to apply it all over my face. Now normally, if you are not a pale ghost like I am, this may give you a bit of a white cast to your skin, but because I'm so pale anyway, this does absolutely nothing to my complexion. It honestly pretty much matches it, but it actually works well with the look that I'm trying to go for because I want to be very, very pale for this look. Fair warning, this powder gets everywhere. So if you have something you can put over top your outfit so you don't look like you just got hit with a snowball, please do. You may want to do that. Going straight into the eyes, I'm going to be using ColourPop's Dream Street palette. It's the one where they partnered with Kathleen Lights, and I'm going to go straight into Water Bearer, a very dark blue color. I'm going to take my favorite fluffy BH brush by Carly Bible, and I don't know if it's by her, but it was created with her, I don't know. I'm going to be taking that and smoking out the outer corner of my eye. I really take my time with my eyes. making sure that everything is blended well and looks just how I want it. You can do this at your own discretion. You don't have to take as long as I did. I'm just kind of a perfectionist when it comes to my eye makeup. Next, taking a flat brush, I'm going to be going into the color Kaleidoscope and applying that to the inner and middle part of my lid. I want it to look really silvery, really sparkly, so I layer this color on thick. Taking an angled liner brush, I'm going to be going into the Jaclyn Hill palette. No, this is not drugstore, I'm sorry, but it's totally worth your money if you want to splurge on something high-end. Anyway, I'm going to be going into the color Twerk. It's a dark blue color, and I'm going to be lining the lower lashes all the way to the inner corner. And I make an almost Egyptian kind of shape in order to give my eyes a kind of tribal look. That's kind of what I was going for. I bring that liner all the way back to the smoky part of my eye in order to create a harsh line, giving my eyes a more angular shape. Here you can see me bringing the dark blue line all the way in to my inner corner, but I'm not following the natural shape of my eyes. I'm keeping it at a straight line instead of following the natural almond-shaped curve your eye naturally has. Hopping back into the Dream Street palette, I'm dipping into Kaleidoscope again and applying that to the inner corner of my eye to brighten up my eye, and then dragging it down along my lower lash line to meet the blue line. Hopping back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm dipping into the color Twerk again, the really dark color that we used for the bottom of our lashes. I'm essentially creating a very long, drastic cat eye and dragging that color along the upper lashes to frame my eyes in that really pretty dark blue. Now this is really confusing to explain, but it's super easy to do. I'm taking the Kaleidoscope color, the silvery sparkly one, I'm applying that just above the cat eye we just created, essentially creating a second cat eye right above the first one. I'm taking the same angled brush that we used before and just drawing that color over top the blue. I'm not covering the blue cat eye, I'm just going alongside it, right up next to it. So you essentially create two perpendicular lines. I'm taking my lighter shade of Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and applying it under my eyes because after this look, you're going to have a bit of fallout. I'm applying the concealer under my eyes to cover up the fallout and tapping it into the skin with my Beauty Blender. Taking a firm brush, I'm going to go into the Kaleidoscope color and contour my cheeks with this. It's going to look gray and a little bit ashy, but that's okay. That's what we're going for. You may have to apply this a bit liberally to get a noticeable enough color. For highlight, I'm going to be using City Colors Glow Pro Stellar highlighter in the color Nebula. This is blue and icy and absolutely perfect for what we're trying to do. I have no idea if this is drugstore or not. It came in my Ipsy Glam bag. I assume it's not drugstore because I've never heard of this brand, but it worked like a dream. It was exactly the color I needed, and honestly, this highlight was actually the inspiration for this look. Once I saw this highlighter, I was like, oh, I have to create a Halloween look. I have to. So thank you, City Color, for being such an inspiration and making such beautiful products. I'm taking the highlight to the middle of my lid to give it that extra pop, and I'm also going to be applying it to my nose, my Cupid's bow, and my chin. I'm also taking my finger and applying the highlight to my cheekbones just to make the color pop a little more vividly. I'm using Twisted Peppermint Lip Gloss from Bath & Body Works for this next part, but honestly, any lip gloss will do. I'm going to be applying it all over my lips, and then a little DIY here, I'm pretty proud of myself for thinking of it, I'm going to be applying the Nebula highlighter onto my lips. The lip gloss basically acts as a glue, something for the pigment to stick to, and honestly, it worked like a dream. Going back into the Dream Street palette, I'm going to be taking the color Mermaid Boy and applying that to my lips as well. I decided that the highlighter wasn't as pigmented as I was wanting for my lips. I wanted to create a kind of ombre look, so I'm applying Mermaid Boy to the outer corners of my lips and creating an ombre lip. taking my absolute favorite drugstore mascara, a drugstore product, woo! I'm going to be applying this liberally to my lashes. I want my lashes to stand out as strong as possible against the very bold eye look we have going on. You can use lashes if you want to. I don't have any on hand right now, so I didn't use them in this tutorial, but this mascara does wonders for my lashes and makes them look so thick and luscious. It's just the best mascara I've ever found. The mascara I'm using is Total Tease by CoverGirl, and please excuse all of the mascara faces that I'm making. I can't help it. So taking the same brush I used for my lips, I'm going back into the Dream Street palette, dipping into the color Water Bearer, and starting to make some tribal-like markings on my face. I wasn't sure what to do at first, so I looked up some pictures on Instagram. I think I searched moon tribal makeup, something along those lines, and was able to draw some inspiration from the pictures I found. You, however, can do whatever you want. You could leave the makeup as it is without the markings at all. Either way would work. I just felt like the look needed an extra something, so I added some tribal markings. If you're wanting to make tribal markings but you're not really sure what to do and you can't find any really good inspirational photos to pull from, my advice, when all else fails, just start adding dots and lines to your face. That's basically what I did, and it turned out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the results. One thing I do suggest when you're applying eyeshadow to your face, make sure you create a kind of mixture with eyeshadow and the lip gloss that you use. That way, the lip gloss adds as a kind of adhesive and makes the eyeshadow not flake everywhere or have a lot of fallout. It kind of contains it into one place. Trust me, making yourself a little lip gloss eyeshadow paste is going to make your life a whole lot easier. Now for the blue hair. I sort of made my life a little bit difficult when I did this. I thought that it would work to put the top and sides of my hair up and finagle it that way, but it ended up just kind of being a nuisance. I should have just taken half my hair and tied it in a ponytail with the front part resting loose in front of me, and then it's just so I'm laughing at my whole process. I made my life so much harder than it needed to be. And then put the hair headband on and then untie the back of my hair, if that made sense. I made it work with the way I did it, but it did not need to be that difficult. So yeah, however you find it easiest to put your hair in, just do that. Make sure to do a few modeling poses in front of the camera, and then you're done. And this is the finished look. I really, really like how it turned out. I am not a pro by any means, but I think this was really, really pretty. I almost wonder if I went too overboard though. Like I almost wish I hadn't done like the face stuff, because I feel like the eyes and the lips would have been super pretty just by themselves. But you live and you learn. It's definitely a look, definitely very Halloween-y, and I'm really happy with how my DIY craftiness actually worked out pretty okay. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It always makes my day when you do. And be sure to leave a comment below the video telling me what you thought of it and what kind of Halloween look you'd like to see next. I'm thinking vampire or something scary glam. Not scary, like I don't do scary, but scary glam I can maybe do. If you guys have any pictures that you'd like me to try to recreate with my own personal spin, please send those my way as well. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. Those links are down below for your convenience. And I think that's it. I'm gonna go film my intro now, which you guys have already seen, but I'm gonna go film it now. I'm gonna try to drag my brother out of his room so that I can get this documented. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.